Today we are going to discuss about tasking, delightful chanting, delightful hearing, and now delightful tasking. Before that, let me go into the fundamentals of tasking. But saying that every day I will do this many number of rounds, it is something that was set example by the 6 Goswamis who are actually practically liberated personalities, really liberated personalities. One thing which I want to stress here is many people have this, they don't take seriously that I have to finish my 16 rounds. But it is extremely important because Nama Prabhu is saying how committed you are. You may say it's all transcendental chanting, no material counting, how does it matter? Once, twice, thrice. It matters because Shakti Avesha Nama has to be fed that many times into your chittam every day. And that is what ensures purification happens. If you want to see the effect of your bhakti when you are in this body, then you have to feed this body, gross body and subtle body, with more and more and more and more and more number of namas. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Kirtaniya Sadahari. Srila Prabhupada, our Acharya, is so merciful. He said, I will give you the effect of Kirtaniya Sadahari. You just chant 16 rounds nicely, attentively. So, Sankhya Purvaka, you have to serve the Nama. Sankhya Purvaka means Sankhya means numerical. Sankhya Purvaka, numerical strength you have to chant. You see, in our perception of, suppose you say, oh, I want to do japa. If what comes into your mind is chanting and hearing only, then you have an incomplete perception of japa. Japa means chanting, hearing, tasking. But most of the time we say, okay, chanting and chant nicely, chant distinctly, hear clearly, hear carefully, hear sharply, hear with discretion, hear with discernment. All these things we will say. Tasking is not so much talked about. Therefore, we focus so much on chanting and hearing. But there is a technique or there is a way to task also. It is not simply moving bead one after the other, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. There are a lot of subtle things that is happening within our psychology. When you move from bead to bead, there is a goal for how many rounds I chant and what are the feelings that happen between the two beats. And all this is only adding to our delight. It is adding to successfully absorbed, involved chanting. Not that we are adding one thing and this is becoming more and more complicated. No. Bhavana by bhavana, as we add, your japa becomes less and less complicated. More and more spontaneous it becomes. Perception of japa. Anytime japa comes into your mind, you should not simply say chanting and hearing. Chanting is Shravanam and Kirtanam. Japa is not that. Japa is Shravanam, Kirtanam, repetition. That repetition is, why I said tasking? It's not simple repetition. It is repetition towards a task. What is the task? 16 rounds I have to finish. There is an objective. And as I move bead after bead after bead after bead, I build up the sense of progress towards my 16 rounds. That is why Sakshi Mala is given by the Acharyas, to feed a sense of success to our brain. Let's say chanting, come hearing, one bead has one effect. Whatever, spiritual, material, all put together, there is an effect on you. Transfer of energy or whatever, there is an effect on you. Or simply say, Lord is pleased. Now, if it is wrong to think that if I chant 108 beats, then the effect is 108 times into this effect of one japa. This is not correct. Just like simple interest and compound interest. Simple interest, 1 month's interest, okay, for 12 months how much? Multiply by 12. Gone. Monthly simple interest. Very easy. Suppose compound interest, 1 month this much, can you multiply by 12? No. You have to add this much interest into it. Then calculate the interest on that, it compounds. Similarly, when you in tasking, effect of one bead into 108 bead is not the effect of one mala. The effect of bead over bead over bead is being built up if it is done uninterruptedly. Again, we'll come back to the fire example. Suppose I put the fire, an iron piece in the fire. I want it to become red hot. Let us say it takes 1 hour for it to become red hot. Say after 20 minutes you take it out, roam around and then as soon as you take it out, what happens? The outside air again will cool it. Opposite effect of fire. And then when again you put inside, again it has to get heated, come to that temperature and then continue. So suppose in 1 hour I heat that piece of iron and take out 3 times in between. Alternatively, I take out 2 times in between. Or I take out 1 time in between. Or I don't take out at all. When I don't take out at all, the maximum energy is accumulated. Take out once, little less. Take out 2 times, little less. Take out 4 times, even less. It never becomes red hot. So tasking uninterruptedly has a very major effect on your consciousness. One after the other, one after the other, one after the other. Let's take the example of apply this example to chanting and our consciousness body or chittam. When I chant Hare Krishna uninterruptedly, my chittam is in the fire of Satchidananda. Just like iron in the fire, it's in the fire of Satchidananda. It is in the fire of Satchidananda. My chittam gets Satchidananda-ized. And longer I keep, the longer is the absorption of the energy, spiritualization. And if I interrupt, then it is just like taking that iron out. The same way, if I interrupt my chanting, where does my soul go? In the ocean of 3 gunas. Where are we now living? Our chittam is living in the ocean of 3 gunas. When we chant and hear uninterruptedly, where is our chittam? The ocean of Satchidananda. So, the moment you stop chanting, you are in the ocean of 3 gunas. 3 gunas is just like, cooling down the iron. When you are in the fire, it's red hot. So, it is very important to understand that whenever japa, that's why it is japa. So, that's where tapas is involved. Japa is tapas, at least to begin with. Ultimately, we told that tapomaya japa is only till you train your mind. Once you train your mind, then there is only when you're starting beads, you have got some tapas to come into the mood. Warming up round you need. Otherwise, once you train, there is no tapas. But definitely tapas is there in the beginning. And if you are not trained, then every day your japa is a tapas. You have learned in this soulful japa session how to do concurrent chanting come hearing. You have trained your mind, you have created a mind slice who link the Kriya Chesta and Jnana Chesta and each Shabda. And therefore, concurrently you are able to chant, and it is giving you Divya Chesta Shakti from the Nama himself, and you are doing energetic, mindful, delightful japa. Now, this dimension you have to add, you have to do uninterruptedly. What is the quality of chanting? Distinctly chant. What should be the quality of hearing? Sharply or carefully hear, or hear discerningly. Discerning means one sound from the other, or discreetly. That is the quality of hearing. What is the quality of tasking? Never forget that. What is the quality of tasking? Uninterrupted and continuous. Our perception of, we'll revise what I said. Our perception of japa in our minds determines how we perform japa. As soon as we say japa, only chanting area comes in our mind, and hence we try only to manage these two. This factor called tasking doesn't even strike anybody. Okay, only he is learned, it should be repeated, that's all. But I am telling you, there are a lot of wonderful things in between which anchors your attention, that helps you attentive japa. That incomplete default perception of japa is a very cause of not being able to cure the problem of inattentiveness in japa. In fact, simply if you get tasking rasa, tasking delight, inattentiveness will go away. Thinking that chanting come hearing alone is japa is an incomplete understanding as to what all different action offerings constitute a japa. See, suppose I tell you to cook this, put A, put B, put C, do like this, then finally the cooked food will be as required. Suppose you don't know at all the third ingredient is to be put. By chance you are putting. But if you consciously know how much to put, what to put, third ingredient, the third ingredient is tasking. There is a third component which helps solve the inattentiveness problems for sadhaka. Next. Understanding the third component of japa is tasking. Japa is not to be seen only as several actions, kriya associated with. See, chanting on one bead, that doing is called kriya. And when an action is called kriya, an activity is called karya. That means you actually build up a series of things and do a work. The work is called karya. So japa is a karya, not only a kriya. Kriya of chanting come hearing built up into a karya of 16 rounds. A sequence of connected actions with an objective to be achieved at the end of the series of action is called activity or karya. Next. Namaprabhu is pleased if he is offered uninterrupted, undistracted attention for long duration. See, Krishna also says Ananyas Chintayanto Mam. Ananyas. Ananyas means no distraction. Nothing. You should have nothing but me only in your attention. And finishing, mindful japa is not just 16 rounds of concurrent chanting and hearing, but it is best if it is done uninterruptedly. So you may say, okay, quality of japa, let us talk. I finish, Prabhu, every day 16 rounds I finish, you say. One day in 5 sittings, another day in 10 sittings, another day in 3 sittings, at different times. Somehow before sleeping you finish. Effect is different. I told you. You give 4 interruptions, 3 interruptions, 2 interruptions, 1 interruption, no interruption. Each of this japa is different. in its effect. On our mind you, on our chittam. First stage of effect obviously is on our contaminated consciousness, our chittam. Finishing 108 into 16 malas with distraction is one type of tasking. That's also called tasking. You task and finish your 16 rounds. And finishing 108 into 16 uninterruptedly by piling up the effect of one chanting come hearing, just like I said, compound interest. By piling up the effect of one chanting come hearing on the other without distraction is more effective tasking. So we already know what is chanting. The effort, doing effort is called Kriya Chesta. What is Kriya Chesta? Chesta applied to chant one individual mantra is called Kriya Chesta, and it supplies doing attention to do. What is Jnana Chesta? Effort applied to hear every mantra is called Jnana Chesta, that knowing effort, and it supplies attention to know, to hear. To know means to hear. Now we are introducing a third one, is called Karya Chesta. What is Karya Chesta? That means, it's not that japa is not only chanting and hearing. Japa is also about chanting and hearing and tasking, repeating. That means, okay, for chanting you told me I should offer my Kriya Chesta. For hearing you told me we should apply Jnana Chesta or knowing effort. What is it that we have to apply for tasking? That is called Karya Chesta. We all have learned chanting come hearing pleases the Lord. But something else also pleases the Lord. Your staying in the fire pleases the Lord. Why? Because you are going to get purified. Suppose you don't keep going out. Then the Nama Prabhu will be thinking, so foolish he is, no? How fast he can make advancement if he is uninterruptedly getting heated. I cannot do anything else. I have gone before him, I have ocean of Satchidananda. It is left to him. If he jumps out of the fire, what can I do? This is how Nama Prabhu will think. Broken at inattentive chanting. So then somebody is very serious. He holds on the attention embrace, he continues Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Nama Prabhu is more pleased. So Nama Prabhu is not only pleased by your individual chant, but your individual chant, when you do uninterruptedly, he is pleased because you are not coming, you are doing it effectively. You are not jumping out of the fire. He wants you to stay in the fire and become Satchidanandized. Rapid purification. Uninterrupted tasking, if you do uninterrupted japa, 16 rounds you do in 6 months. And you do all interrupted japa, interrupted by thinking. I am not saying that 16 in one shot you have to do. Don't get scared. Even if you do 4 rounds, be uninterrupted in 4 rounds. You sit for japa, one session, you decide now I am going to be uninterrupted. And Nama Prabhu is very pleased with that. So Nama Prabhu is also sensitive. Why is he roaming around his mind like this? Why is he not attentive to Shakti Avashanama? I put all the Shakti in this for his benefit, and he is not touching with his attention. So there is a Nama Prabhu's mind, the expectation is there. You want to please Nama Prabhu, no? So remember this, not only the Lord is pleased by chanting, come hearing, Lord is pleased by uninterrupted tasking. Lord is interested in bits of bhakti or unbroken bhakti. So a tasking makes it unbroken bhakti. How to task? What is tasking delight? Now we are coming to the key factor. Because everywhere the key factor is rasa. Because that rasa is what locks and makes our japa very exciting. Between two beats, we should feed our mind a sense of accomplishment of one more Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. A micro delight of accomplishment, of having successfully accumulated. Accumulated means what? This benefit of this one chanting is going to be eternally credited to your account. One more accomplishment of the same kind, the next beat, with a desire for one more. This is called tasking delight impulse. Now I want to explain to you this tasking delight impulse means. An impulse means what? You say somebody is impulsively acted. Impulse means always action is involved. But what is the extra thing behind that action, behind an impulsive action? A feeling. Is it not? So when I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then before I go to my next beat, there is a tasking delight impulse. That means there's a delightful impulse. Delight is the feeling behind that impulsive action. So there is a delightful impulse. Now what is this delight? Anything like, just like we discussed, chanting, hearing, delight, it cannot be artificial. I should have a reason why I have to be delightful. So this delight is a bhavana. Bhavana, behind that you need absolute thoughts. Now many we have discussed why tasking delight. To please Nama Prabhu more, number one. Second feeling is what? The sense of accumulation. I want to accumulate more and more and more and more. Just like a greedy man wants to accumulate more money, more wealth. Greedy man. We should dovetail our greed. Pakka, we should be greedy for more and more. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. Should task with greed. Greed to build up, accumulate something for your soul. This is a spiritual richness, spiritual wealth you are accumulating by each nama that you have chanting and hearing. Oh, if simply saying is not enough. Go and read the Shastra. What are the benefits of chanting and hearing once Hare Krishna Mahamantra? That will turn into a bhavana. It's not an ordinary thing. So how do we do this? What is this? We need to put micro effort between, that effort is called the impulse. And the feeling is the feeling of success. Between the two beats in the form of tasking delight, impulse, to repeat chanting, hearing as soon as there is a previous action of chanting is over. See, I have one, let us say I start in one beat and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. I am giving an exploded view. All this happens very fast in the mind, okay? But now I am going on a slow speed. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, completed one. Desiring one more. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Great, completed one more. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hope. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama. Success. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Success. Hope. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Success. Hope and success are feeling. Now I'm just demonstrating it. It's a feeling. You don't even have to say all that. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. Feel hope and do it, and then feel successful. Feel success. Feel hope, feel success. Feel hope, feel success. Feel hope. It's all spiritual success. Bead after bead is a sense of spiritual success. Remember, all our brains want success. And this, you get addicted. One day, if you don't chant, not because you have a Krishna prema that your brain is asking, chant, 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 chant. Because you are fed every day so many drops of, micro drops of success early morning. 16 into 108 times drops of success. You get addicted to it. Your brain will starve. You'll ask, where is the mala? Where is the mala? Where is the mala? As a matter of fact, I am saying that desire is not Krishna prema, but definitely a sadhaka also gets attached to chanting. Krishna has created, the acharyas have created like that. That is why mala is given. That is why japa anchors us, our attention. So success of chanting come hearing on bead gives a micro delight between the two beats. And it is immediately followed by a tasking impulse. It's a tasking desire for one more. There is a determination, I will succeed one more. And you move your fingers to the next bead and take it and feel progressive accomplishment. It not only success. Try to understand this. Progressive success. That means when you finish 5 malas, you are more happy. When you have 6 malas, you are more happy. 7 malas, you are more happy. Progressive. Bead after bead, you are feeling progressive success. Success is one thing. Progressive success. Now, this delight itself is enough to keep the mind away from indulging in any other kind of mental activity like thought processing. Now, for every sitting of japa, tasking, one of the major factors of tasking is you have to have a goal. We all have goal daily, I have to chant 16 rounds. That is different. I take my bead back. Now I should have a goal. Simply without a goal, don't. Okay, sometime I got it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Some distraction came. Keep the bead back. And then, no. Where I have taken now, next 4 rounds I am going to do. This sitting, this session, I am going to do. And then you should sit like that. Continuously, uninterruptedly. That is called the sadhya. Sadhya means goal. In tasking, always sadhya. You have to tell your mind for each japa session. If you're 16 rounds, you do 16. If it is 8, you do 8. If it is 4, you do 4. If it is 1, you do 1. Why I am saying even 1 is good is because sometimes even that determination we don't have. We get so much distracted. The way all these things, if they are properly done, the effect is unbelievable effect. Tasking the work of completing 16 rounds uninterruptedly is as important as chanting and hearing. Just like say, no, really, if you want real quality chanting, you should hear nicely and you should chant distinctly. No, instruction is not enough. You should chant distinctly, hear sharply, and uninterruptedly repeat. That is the quality of tasking. We cannot do japa mindlessly in a spaced out frame of mind without sensing the feelings of hope for success and progressive success of accumulating increased number of pleasure giving to Nama Prabhu. That's what I said. Tasking is not simply moving the beads. There are a lot of psychological things are going on within your mind. Within your psychology, a lot of things are going. There is a hope, success, victory, hope. Again, build up, sense of feeling, transcendental success, sense of feeling that I am going closer and closer to pleasing my spiritual master by completing my vow of 16 rounds. So let's see what is this divine tasking delight which we described. The delight of incrementally increasing cumulative success at the end of each bead. becomes a reward for the brain, liking the action of chanting come hearing. In the case of chanting the divine names of Krishna, it is a divine Kriya Karya Ruchi or divine tasking delight. I have said you get Divya Ruchi, Divya Chesta, Shakti flows into you to hold on your attention or to doing, knowing taste you get out of it. Now, if you do uninterruptedly, chanting come hearing, so far what was our secret? We found out the secret. You should be doing not chanting and hearing, you should be doing chanting come hearing. Now the next secret is what? Chanting come hearing and tasking. So very often what happens, because every day we are chanting 16 rounds, we don't feed that sadhya into our mind. You should feed. Suppose in the morning session, japa before darshanarati, you are able to do only 14 rounds. Fix no, 14. In that sitting you say 14 I am going to do. But it should be there, it should be told, mind should be told, mind should have a direction, mind should have a target. And as you finish one by one, okay, 1 by out of 14 is over, 2 out of 14 is over, 3 out of 14 is over. This I have explained why the acharyas have designed this technology of mala. Big beats to small beats, big beats to small beats, and small beats to small big beats. That means this is a feeling of progressive. Yes, I am going towards the end of the mala. As a beat smaller and smaller, end of the mala means I am succeeding. Meru you touch, tired, completed one round, turn, then again reverse. Now again beats are becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. You're feeling progressive. Build up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. By the way, tasking is very relishable because it is success. There is a success chemical. It creates success, consolidates habits. Many people ask, Utsaha, how do I get Utsaha for japa? Means I should be enthusiastic. Tell me one thing, enthusiasm always comes with hope. If you have no hope, you will not have enthusiasm. And what is our hope? Our hope is to build up the number of chanting come hearing, which you consider as to be the highest value. One chanting come hearing, I know what the Shastra says. I am so lucky. One more over. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I need not measure now where it is. It is in an eternal bank account. It is. That's why all this also requires Shraddha. Shastras are not joking. Now you see here how this tasking happens. What the tasking feeling. The tasking impulse is step 1 and 3 together. Now I will explain to you. Go sequentially. Step 1. Step 1 is a feeling. It's only a feeling. You're not doing anything. It's a feeling. In the background mind. Feel desire and hope to succeed in accumulating one more bead of pleasure giving or Preeti point to Nama Prabhu. Okay, it's only a feeling. That means, you want one more. You value it so much. Then step 2. This is all exploded view. When you have practiced, all this happens, in microseconds it happens. Now exploded view I am showing. Here is a desire and a hope at the beginning of it. If you start thinking that there has to be a desire before each bead, then there has to be a success at the end of each bead, then you will not finish one mala also. Whole day. So you should not mistake what I am telling. I am expanding it. Because this becomes, you have to practice it. To practice it, it may take time. Desire is a feeling, hope is a feeling, sense of success is a feeling, isn't it? Now, so first we have desire and hope at the beginning of the mala. You are holding on the mala. Sorry, you are holding on the bead. Desire and hope in accumulating one more. Oh, I am going to accumulate one more Preeti point. Preeti point means pleasure giving to Nama Prabhu. Next, step 2. In the foreground, now step 2, you come to the foreground mind. Giving pleasure to currently manifest Nama Prabhu by chanting come hearing delightfully and concurrently. This is called one pleasure giving or one Preeti point. So this is mindful plus delightful japa, because we have discussed that concurrent chanting come hearing is mindful. When you add Hristam, when you add Ahlada, and then you add tasking delight also, it becomes mindful plus delightful japa. Now what happens? Okay, one is over. Step 3, again it's a feeling. End of the bead. That is the beginning of the bead, this is the end of the bead. In the background, the micro-tasking delight. What is that delight? Feel success of having accumulated one more pleasure giving. And also cumulative success of moving closer and closer to the target of 108 into 16. Now, this feeling is over. Before the next bead, you jump over to the next bead with the feeling of desire and hope. Again, back to first feeling. Then again action, step 2, again success, feeling. So what is tasking impulse? Tasking impulse is what happens between 3 and 1. What happens, action is on 2, step 2. And before you go to step 3, next bead, you feel 3 and 1. 3 is a sense of success of having completed one bead, and step 1 is again feeling for the next bead. These two things happen between the beads. So to genuinely feel success of accumulating one more act of Preeti offered to Nama Prabhu, we should have faith that every concurrent chanting come hearing gives absolute pleasure to Nama Prabhu. It is of infinite value for me. This should be going into your chittam. The value of each chanting is so important, so high, that you feel that sense of success. You want to succeed. It is not a small thing. It may be. Our tendency in this world is easy things. When you succeed, you don't have value. Something difficult, you succeed, you have value. You should change that paradigm. I have heard from the Shastra, easy or no, the easy is my good fortune, that I got this mercy of the Lord. How many people are not able to utter once Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just because Prabhupada has given me, I am blessed, I should not take for granted. Maximum I should pull up before I die. For every bead I feel hope to accumulate pleasure givings to Nama Prabhu towards targeted rounds and feel progressive success. Kriya Karya Siddhi Rasa. So this is basically some of the dynamics about tasking. And please remember all this, that our chittam has to be in the fire. Simple. It has to be in the fire of Satchidananda. What effects you get uninterrupted chanting on 16 rounds, you can never get by interrupted japa. So know this secret and do uninterrupted chanting. It is pleasing to Krishna also, because ananyas chintayanto ma, without dilution.